And welcome. We are going to be talking about supplies and what we will need for our hat. We only need 4 items this time. We are going to Amazon and not the store today for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted to show you there's a bunch of different places we can get our supplies. I'm an Amazon fan. Of course, you can go to your big box store. But I'll probably show you a different place next for the next project. Anyhow, so the first thing we're needing is the top here is a size 11 circular knitting needle. They didn't have these at the big box store when I went yesterday, which is another reason why we're shopping here today. I'm going to show you here. I have in our list here metal instead of wooden. If you love the wooden ones that you did with your scarf, you can absolutely find wooden ones either in your store or online. But I would encourage you to try some different things to see what you like. Wooden, metal, plastic, it's really a matter of preference. I don't prefer the metal ones because I don't like the feeling in my hands when they click together, which is, I know, kind of weird, but it's just an idiosyncrasy of mine. um, but other people love them. I know a lot of people who love the metal ones. Another difference between the metal and the wooden is with metal, the stitches will slide over the metal more easily. So especially if you're a very tight knitter, metal might be the way to go for you. Just because even if the stitches are tight, they'll slide more easily over the metal needles. Plastic, I would say, is kind of in between. The wood seemed to kind of grip the yarn pretty well. So if you're a loose knitter, that's probably for you. And then plastic is kind of in between as far as slipping the needle or slipping the stitches over the needles. So plastic, it can also be great too. Just a matter of preference. So what we're looking for to make sure we have what we need for this project, you can see here I have size 11. See where it says 16-inch, which is, I think, the shortest these needles come in. So that is the measurement from the tip of one needle to the tip of the other needle, including the cord there. We want 16-inch because it's going to allow us to go all the way around our hat. They will come in 24-inch, 32-inch, 48-inch, and then 60-inch. The longer you get, the very long ones would be appropriate for blankets or shawls that get to be a large number of stitches on the needle at one time. But for our purposes today, we're looking for 16-inch, and then it says US-11. That's the size of how big around the needle points are. And we need bigger because we have some thick yarn. So we're doing US 11, and then also we will need this US 9. The smaller is going to be for the ribbing that goes around the ears, so it'll make it a little more snug. And then the US 11 we'll be using for the main body of the hat. So 2 sets of needles. These look super fun. I actually don't have these exact markers is what these are. They're kind of a hybrid between 2 types that I do have. But I haven't been in the market for stitch markers in a while, and I saw these. I thought these are genius. We can use them 2 ways. We can put them on the needle, put the needle through that hole there, and it will keep track of where the beginning of our row is, because when we're knitting in the round, it's not easy to tell where the end of our row is, like it is when you're knitting flat. You just get to the end of the row and you're done. But when you're knitting around, you just go around and around and around. We can stick it through the needle, and that's that's the marker for that. But also you can see that they are open, and what that is good for is putting it on a stitch, and then it doesn't stay on the needle, it'll stay on that stitch, and then it will help us keep track how many rows we've done. And with the hat, it's not as important, but when we get into future projects, I'll show you what those are for. And so that's why I love these so much, is because they are dual purpose, and I always like items that are dual purpose. So that's why I'm recommending these particular ones. And then, yarn. It's the same kind of yarn we used for our infinity scarf. If you have a full skein left that you bought, because I think for the scarf we bought 2. If you have a full skein left, or nearly a full skein, it will probably be enough for the hat. My finished hat here, also gonna show you how to do this fun pom-pom. Um, my finished hat was 127 grams of yarn. These come in 170 grams. So if you have a full skein or nearly full skein, that will be enough. If not, you'll need to buy another one. Same color, different color. I made mine out of the same color because I had enough left over from the other. And I wanted to have a matching set, because who doesn't love a matching hat and scarf set? So that is all we are going to need for this project. And over here, I think that came to just under 30 bucks, which is really great. Those needles we're going to use over and over and over again, and the markers. Um, so that is our supply list for this project. So let's get those supplies and let's get started.